right, happy Sunday morning. Time for a quick story of commemorating and reminding us of narratives from before. We're still in this book, Freedom Over Me, and we have read about so many inspiring people. We read about Movina yesterday and her dreams, right? She was singing. And now we're to Betty. Betty was sold for $150. Oh my. And she was only 36 years old. Like I said, we set in remembrance those who have come before us. They didn't have the advantages that we have. So that's why we take advantage of the time, talents, treasures that we're afforded. I am a special flower gardener to the Fairchild's estate. We're talking about how many mansions we were able to visit yesterday, and I was just thinking about how so many of our family members built those structures. Well, she is the gardener to the estate. And of course, you know that she had to have special talents and gifts that were passed on to her from her family members, a legacy. I do the regular cleaning in the big house. Under Mrs. Fairchild's directions, I set the flower arrangements, help with all interior decor. My work has made this house a model of beauty and comfort. Don't we want our homes to be like that? Wherever we reside, we want calm, beauty, and comfort. So when we come in from the world, this treacherous waters or whatever, we're able to just have serenity and haven. Well, my work has made this house, like I said, a model. I think about both of my grandmother's homes. When I went to a mansion yesterday in the South Loop, they were saying how, this regularly is a bed and breakfast, and they charge between $400 and $600 a night. And it was so beautiful and comfortable. And I'm going to have to include a video of the one of the bathrooms and how they had tulips around, painted, gilded porcelain tulips made into the sink, the basin. It was so beautiful. We're talking about luxury. Well, a lot of us built those structures that were made especially in the 1800s. I'm loaned to other estates to design their gardens and bring style to their parlors. This makes me feel strong within, to know I have the talent to decorate a home. To know my love of nature reveals to me inviting garden paths. Whenever our duties allow, we gather together in carefully guarded, closed quarters. I choose these times to speak out. I tell my brothers and sisters that it is our special talents, often on loan to others, that has brought renown to our Fairchild's estate. My encouraging words warm every heart. We embrace one another in hope and love, singing softly the comforting words, freedom, oh freedom. And that's why it's so important for us to comfort one another in times of distress. Let's read about Betty's dreams. My Yoruba name, Timatope, means thanks to God. As I work gardening for owners, I am thinking if I were free, I would acquire my own acres of land. Some of us have it. I would hire men and women from cities and farms to work and study the land with me. Earning from our labor would benefit all of us and the workers. In recognizing our skills and labor, how can owners say we are property, priced and valued like cotton, cattle, hogs? The owners say we have no history, but we are a people. Though enslaved, we remember our African cultures, our traditions, our craftsmanship. Within us lives this knowledge, this undefeated pride. We know that we are not slaves. We are of the human family. We respect life on earth. We would share with all the fruits of our labor, our cultivation of the land. It is our gift of thanks, our praise song to, well, she says Mother Earth, but the earth, to the world. Thank you, Betty. Look at this. At an appraisement held at the house of Mrs. Fairchild on the 5th of July, 1828, to appraise the property of the estate of Cato Fairchild, dispose of his will. And then you see the list. One woman, Charlotte and child, $400. One woman named Peggy, $150. A boy named Stephen, $300. A woman, Movina, $100. It goes all one hand mill, one bay mare, 21 large steers, animals, $9 a head. $4,494 lot gin cotton at 7.5 cents per pound, $337.05. The total, $3,476. We certify the above to be a just and true appraisement of all the property mentioned in the last will and testament of Cato Fairchild's deed produced to us by Mrs. Mary Fairchild, administrated to the best of our judgment. My goodness. This is real. This is not imagined. Oh my goodness. We're at the end. Let's read the author's note. A name, an age, a price. People like you, like me, for sale. Many years ago, I acquired a collection of slave-related documents. They dated from 1820s to 1860s. I was deeply moved by these documents and have long wished to work from them. Finally, I chose a Fairchild's appraisement of the estate document from July 5th, 1828 to tell the story. 11 slaves are listed for sale with the hogs, the cows, and cotton. Only the names and prices of the slaves are noted. No age is indicated. I was inspired by the spare information to bring these slaves to life and have them tell their stories. The terms boy, man, girl, and woman in the 1800s were used with no regard to the actual age of the slave. For the purposes of my book, I have given each an age and a work assignment on the estate. Under slavery in the United States, Negro people were not considered human beings. No, they weren't. They were the owner's property. My art and writing of the story aimed to bring the slaves alive as human beings. I began by creating painted portraits of these 11 slaves. I studied each one, listening to their voices. I wrote what I heard in free verse to give emphasis to their words. These words tell of their backgrounds and of their work on the estate. Then, to bring these people closer, I wrote their inner thoughts as they went about their work. Then created the art that illustrates these individual desires to realize their dreams. This was a masterpiece, Ashley Bryan. And let's learn a little more about you. She grew up to the sound of, He grew up to the sound of his mother singing from morning to night, and he has shared the joy of song with children ever since. A beloved illustrator and a musician, he has been the recipient of the Coretta Scott King, Virginia Hamilton Lifetime Achievement Award, and the Laura Ingalls Wilder Award, and so many other awards. His books include Beautiful Blackbird and so many more. He lives in Islesford, one of the Cranberry Isles off the coast of Maine. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Bryan, for bringing this to life and reminding us that we have so much to be thankful for. We cannot afford to waste our gifts, just like Peggy and Jane and John and Stephen had so many talents and treasures within them. Despite the times, they were able to impact horizontally. And we are called to do the same in this season. So thank you, Mr. Bryan. Thank you for watching and listening. And let's make a difference out here in the world today like never before.